Stay with the subject of Denmark, actually, because finding a place to live in Denmark can be difficult if your name doesn't sound European enough. A new study has found people with Middle Eastern or exotic-sounding names need to hand in 27% more applications to get a response from landlords. We spoke to Tarek Ziad Hussain, who says that he has suffered rental discrimination firsthand.
In many ways, we still have systemic discrimination in Denmark. My own story is a great example of that. A year ago, I was going to move to Copenhagen. I started looking for an apartment. It took me months and months and months, and I didn't get any replies. I started thinking whether it had anything to do with my name or with my immigrant background. So what I did was to change my name. I started calling myself Thomas or Peter. And suddenly I was offered a couple of apartments. And suddenly some of the persons who had told me no to get their apartments were saying yes for me.
The Danish Social Affairs Minister has called the situation completely unacceptable. He added that non-ethnic Danes have made a major contribution to society there. Tarek Ziad Hussain thinks that the government should be offering more than just words of sympathy.
At the end of the day, the Danish government and the Danish state in general, has an interest in preventing and making sure that everybody has equal rights, no matter their ethnic or religious background. When you have people, or you have young people like myself who have immigrant youth, if they are discriminated in many ways, at the end of the day, they feel alienated and they don't feel that they can identify with the Danish society. And therefore, it's very important, both from a societal point of view, but also from the point of view of the Danish government, to make sure that we solve this problem, because it can make sure that we prevent a lot of problems in the future.
A Danish citizen with an Argentinian background has started a Facebook page telling the stories of Copenhagen's immigrants. And he wants to paint a more nuanced image of its newest residents and show people that immigrants should not be cause for concern. And rental discrimination is becoming a problem in other major cities across the world. In Berlin, where 80% of the population live in rented homes, landlords can easily turn down a Muslim woman or a black person. And a few years ago in London, a media investigation found estate agents sometimes prevent black people from renting flats. In Singapore, online rental listings often rule out Indians and people from China. And in Moscow, landlords, well, they don't even hide their feelings. This sign can often be seen telling migrants to stay away. And here's what happens in the US, according to a government study.
From the perspective of the landlord or the real estate agent, they really are completely comparable customers. The only difference between them is their race or ethnicity. And if over hundreds of tests, we see that the whites are shown more units, told about more units, that's solid evidence of discrimination.